Third episode of Hoops KC. I'm your host, Mark Kern. We are joined by CJ Duson, point guard for Blue Valley North, a Blue Valley North team that will be playing in the state tournament. CJ, how's that sound, man?
It sounds great. It's just a great accomplishment, I think, for our team. We haven't done it in a couple of years, so I'm pretty excited about it, and hopefully, we'll make a run.
All right, CJ, we'll talk about the season you're having in a couple minutes, but I'm going to go back. One of the coolest things about obviously Blue Valley North, Blue Valley West were rivals, but one of the cool things you get to see throughout opponents' careers is the growth and how much improvement. And you're one of those guys. I remember we played you twice your sophomore year, and one of those we had a pretty good team. We had really good guards with Gavin Harvey, Tate Nagy. When you were playing that sophomore year to the senior year you are now at, what's the difference? How did that sophomore year prepare you for the next couple of years at Blue Valley North?
I think, honestly, just my mentality has changed a lot. Like sophomore year, I think it was my first year, actually like getting in the game, playing and starting. So I think I was like more passive, and just wanted to like make it the perfect play every time. But now I think I'm just playing like just with experience, having 3 years of varsity. I think I'm just playing more freely and try to be more aggressive. So I think that's the difference. Overall, just my mentality has changed.
That's the one thing you see in our league. Sophomore point guards, coaches love them, right? Because there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of potential. They're also sophomores, and there's a lot of good senior guards. And it's kind of cool just to see, the growth from we got the best of you that year to this season. I mean, you were dominant against us. You were coming off. We were going under screens. We weren't supposed to be. We weren't supposed to be going under those screens, but you came off and you were just hitting every shot. Um, just talk about this year. Obviously, you guys had a lot of expectations coming this year. You have talent all over the place. You played a brutal schedule those first kind of 6, 7 games or whatever, to where maybe you didn't have quite the record you wanted or whatever. How did that early season schedule though bring the team together and help you guys get to where you are now?
Honestly, that's a great point you brought up. I think just those first 6 games. The first game we played at Latham North, that was a test for us. First game, one of the biggest games of the year. I think we start off the year 2-4, and we might have got down a little bit. Like, just I mean, our schedule was very hard, so it was hard to play against those teams. And but I think it brought us closer together because playing a harder schedule obviously will prepare you to be a better team later in the season. So I think us just building together, and those games prepared us instead of just playing easy games and walking over people.
Absolutely, man. The games you're playing in March are going to be against high caliber teams. So if you take a loss too early in the season, but you get that experience, it's only going to help. Um, Obviously, you guys, you and Will, you brought in a new guy, Colton Nichols, this year. Coached him at Pack. Very talented player, a little character, but I love Colton. But when you're trying to bring in a new talent like that, how hard is it to be yourself, but also accept him and allow him to be the player? What makes him such a great player as well?
Yeah, I think it just comes with being a great teammate. I think me and Will were both, and our entire team, were all unselfish guys. So bringing in a new guy like Colton, great player, amazing dude. I think it just made our team better, and nobody wants to be the one man show. We all want to play together, and just bringing him in to help us do what we want to do, and that's one mission to win state.
I think you see that all the time. LeBron and D Wade teamed up. They went 7-8 in their first 15 games, right? Yeah, talent can obviously do a lot, but you got to know how to be able to play with each other. And so often, players' mindset is, oh, I got to get this new player on my team involved. So they almost stop doing what makes them great as well. So combine that with a tough early schedule, and it makes sense. I was actually at your last game. The last game that you guys lost was against Mill Valley. You guys get a little revenge game against them in the first round of the state tournament. Even though you weren't able to get that win, do you feel like looking back on the season, maybe that was the game where, even though it was a loss, things started to click and you realized the team that you can become and what you need to do to have that success?
Yeah, for sure. I think that being early in the season, I think we learned a lot from that game. We had a long film session about it, just focusing on things that we could do better. We had a couple injuries and things that game, but I think it just made us better because I think overall we believe that we can win any game against any team. So us losing that game may have set us back, but I think Our last, I think we won the last 9 or 10 games so far. So I think it's just put us on a roll.
Yeah,
It allows us
with
to have
undefeated in
confidence.
EKL play, which is no easy task. You know that there are good teams all across the EKL, and for you guys to win it is obviously an impressive accomplishment. I do want to talk. Obviously, you, Colton, will get a lot of the talk, and rightfully so. Very good players, but you have some role players, man, who really accept their role. Jackson Reese is one who I'm glad he's a senior, to be completely honest. The last 2 years we've played you guys. They've been, I think you beat us by 3 your junior year and 4 this year. And that kid has hit some monster shots. Elijah was really good against us this year. Talk about those other guys that maybe don't get all the talk from other people, but you don't win games without those guys either.
For sure. Jackson's a big part of what we do. He may not get the spotlight all the time, and it may be or like guys like Elijah as well. Jackson's just a guy that just he always stays confident and he's always shot ready. And no matter how much he gets the ball, he just knows to be ready, and he does a great job at that. And he does a great job of hitting big shots. And also Elijah coming in, getting rebounds, calling me out. He's also a great rebounder coming in, making plays. So I think it's just being unselfish and knowing your role, like I think it helps our team overall.
Like I said, obviously, when we're going up against each other, it's all about whatever we can do to beat you, and you're trying to beat us. But there's a lot of respect to be able to see, like, you know what, that kid has gotten better. Elijah's gotten way better since last year, in my opinion.
For sure.
And it's just cool to be able to see, like, you know what, that kid is putting in work. So definitely, you guys got the star power, but you also have the role players to help you get the job done. Let's go off the court for a little bit. So CJ's not playing basketball. What are you doing?
Eating a lot of Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, okay.
Big Chick-fil-A guy. I like to spend time with my family, friends. I don't know. I play video games a lot.
Okay.
So I don't know, just trying to do anything that keep my mind sane, I guess.
Absolutely. Love it. Got to have those. As much as, coaches want you in the gym all the time and you got to keep getting better, you also have to have that time to get away from the court, right? And just take a deep breath. Makes you appreciate it more. All right, we're going it's state now. You got Mill Valley. You got the rematch. You were, correct me if I'm wrong, you were AAU teammates with Jakai and Reese.
Jakai and Reese, yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah, I had Reese on here last week. Asked him before the show because I had heard his last name pronounced multiple different ways. And I was like, so how do you pronounce it? And he told me Reese Riedel, which I did not. It was kind of like Kelsey, right? Where it's technically Kels or whatever. I was like, good to know. Obviously, you've played against them this year. Jakai and Reese are two. Reese is a sophomore, put 26 on us in a sub-state championship to beat us. Like, they're kind of an example, kind of like what you have done. And sophomore guards, they were good, but now as seniors, the game looks so slow. What were the competitions like at AAU practice against those guys?
It was amazing. We had a great coach, Victor Williams. He's had us being competitive every day, no matter how hard it may be. We push through it. And I've been best friends with Reese since 5th grade.
Okay.
We play on that same AAU team, I think, since 5th grade, every single year. So I think we have a great relationship. I just met Jakai this year,
Okay.
playing on Vic's team. But the competition was great, and it's always great going against those guys. It's always fun.
Obviously, you said you haven't been at state a couple of years. You're a senior. As a senior point guard on the team, what is your message to your teammates? Understanding, like, yes, this is state. This is a different level, right? But you don't need to change things. You guys are there for a reason. How do you, as a leader on the team, make sure everyone enjoys the moment, embraces the moment, but also still just another basketball game that you guys have played 25 already this year?
For sure. Going to state is a big accomplishment. Obviously you can celebrate it, but I think we have a motto for this year, and it's one mission. Our one mission is to win state. So anything that we can do to do that, that would be great. And it's just another game, like same routine, do the same things and practice every day. Nothing should change. Eat the same things. Just it may be a big game, but you can't look at it like that. You just gotta stay calm, and it's just another game.
Well, you haven't necessarily, as you said, haven't been to state yet. Your coach has many times. Coach Pfeiffer, regarded highly as one of the best coaches in Kansas City. Our head coach was an assistant for him. Another one of our assistants was an assistant for him. That's kind of why we all run the same press break. It seems like we all have that same press break. What is, for someone, I've talked to Coach Pfeiffer, but don't know him great. What is it like to play for him? And how does he help you get the best out of yourself and your team?
Coach Pfeiffer, just an amazing coach, to be honest. He's helped me develop a lot through my 3 years here, and he always, I'd say, since my sophomore year, he's always had confidence in me, and he's always told me I'm the guy that's running the offense, and he's always supported me. He's never talked bad about me or anything like that. It's just great to play for him and a coach that wants to see you do great. So playing for Coach Pfeiffer is it's amazing. He just has complete confidence in me. I feel like I can go out there and do whatever I want, and he'll have confidence in what we do.
I'm BJ Kissel, founder and CEO of KC Sports Network. Emprise Bank has been with us from the beginning. They were our first network partner, and they believed in the vision of what we were building from the start. I can't speak to any other banks or companies and how they operate, but I can tell you from personal experience and based on the growth of the network you're listening to right now, that if you have banking needs, call our friends at Emprise Bank. We've worked with so many great people there over the years, from Vicky and Aggie to Andrea, Lori, Jackie, Deb, and Aaron, and not to mention so many others that not just supported KC Sports Network, but supported our KCSN Foundation as well. But the best thing that I know is that if I have a question or a problem, no matter how dumb the question is, I know who I'm going to call and who I'm going to talk to. And I know that I'm getting an answer from someone that I can trust. And I know that person is there to help us. That's why Emprise Bank has always been and continues to be our partner in Possible. And they can be yours too. You just have to reach out. If you have a banking need, whether it's business or personal, hit me up. I will connect you directly with the same people that have helped us build KCSN. And that's our friends at Emprise Bank.
Obviously, looking forward to getting the job done for Blue Valley North. Are you looking to play college basketball? What are the plans after senior year?
Yes, sir, for sure. Definitely looking to play college basketball. I'm not sure where at yet, but hopefully I'll figure that out after state. I'm trying to focus on the season right now, and then figure all that stuff out later. But definitely want to play college basketball. That's something I want to do for since I was a little kid. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
All right, you said Victor Williams obviously has played a huge role. Are there any other people, maybe under the radar, if you will, who have played a huge role in you becoming the player you are that maybe other people don't know about?
Yeah, for sure. When I moved here from Ohio when I was in fourth grade, and immediately I joined the AAU team with Coach Brooks. We were Run GMC at the
Okay.
time for fifth graders, but yeah, he's helped a lot. Coach Herbert, he's a coach out in Grand Valley. He's been a great mentor for me, and I don't know, just different guys. Anthony Bonner, he's the 15th coach for VWA. Coach Twadell, just those are all great guys who was just helped me along the way be the person I am today.
Okay. Where were you at in Ohio?
I was in we moved 4 different times because my dad's job,
Okay.
but we recently moved here from Twinsburg, Ohio, which is about like 15 minutes away from like Cleveland.
My first job out of college, small world, was I covered high school sports in Cleveland. So I know all about Twinsburg, man. And,
For sure.
like Kansas City high school sports are amazing and the fans care about them 100%. I'm not sure there's a more wild fan base in the country than Cleveland high school sports. So,
For sure.
but no, it's in the talent. The first game I ever got to cover as a reporter was a football game between Glenville and Cleveland Heights, which Cleveland Heights is where
Okay.
Travis Kelce went. The star
Right.
cornerback for Glenville was Marshawn Lattimore. And
Wow.
so,
Yep.
yeah, it was like, whoa, there's different level of talent. I've been asking all the Kansas City guys about this. Obviously, Kansas City's kind of been under the radar, in my opinion, in terms of high school basketball. There's obviously hotbeds all across the country. Mark Turgeon's at UNKC now, and he seems to understand there's talent in Kansas City. What would you say about the talent in Kansas City to other people who might sleep on it a little bit?
Yeah, I think the talent in Kansas City definitely goes under the radar a lot. I think there's a lot of talented guys and who are underrated and don't get a lot of looks just because it's not like a big city like California or Texas or stuff like that. But I think the talent here is amazing, and the guys here, we played just as hard as anybody else in the country. So I think I mean, there's different examples of it all around the country. Ben Sturts at Iowa, Keaton Walker, Illinois, just great guys who coming out, and clearly you see what they're doing in college. So it can definitely be done here in KC.
Absolutely. And this is both on the boys and the girls side. I mean, you have a player in your girls program who is going to represent Kansas City very, very well for the next 3 years. So obviously,
For sure.
ton of talent here in Kansas City. Once again, CJ Duson, point guard, Blue Valley North, is our guest. CJ, we'll wrap up with just a couple more questions. as I said, you said your team mantra has been one mission. Obviously, you want to go win state. And we're pulling. I'm someone who's big on during the year when you came to our place, we're taking Blue Valley North out. But afterwards, we got to represent the EKL, right? Mm-hmm. So, regardless of how this season goes, when you look back in April and May, what do you want CJ, when people ask, what did CJ Duson mean to Blue Valley North basketball? What would you want them to say?
I think I would want them to say that I'm just a great leader and a great person overall. You know, I always build myself on being just a good person in general. I think that's where it roots from. Anything that you do, if you treat people well, then you're gonna get the same love back. So I think I just want to be a great leader and someone who really cared about this program.
It's awesome, man. That is awesome. That's all I got for you, man. I know you got to get ready for practice, and then you got the game on Wednesday. It is at 6 p.m.
8 p.m. 8 p.m.
Yes, sir. There's 3 games. How they're doing state this year is interesting to me. I think it's cool because we have 3 games on Wednesday with local teams. Shawnee Mission South will be playing Manhattan. Olathe North will be Derby. You'll be playing Mill Valley. So KCC is the place to be today for sure with all the talent there. But it's a little different. I think it'd be cool for everyone to go down to Wichita too. But, you know.
I think the same thing. My freshman year, I went because we went to state my freshman year. So I went with them to Wichita. It was a great trip. I think that just the atmosphere of playing there, even if it's the first round game, I think it's just something that everybody needs to experience. But I mean, the way they're doing it's cool. If you went on Wednesday, then you go to Wichita.
Absolutely. Control your own destiny there. And I think one thing that kind of sucks sometimes is you see 2 Kansas City schools play each other in Wichita, and you don't get as good an atmosphere as you would like. You know, students aren't necessarily going to make that drive on a Wednesday afternoon or whatever. Now, with it being so close to home, I expect it to be an amazing, amazing atmosphere. Obviously, we have played you guys. We played Shawnee Mission South. We played Olathe North. Like, we know the talent that's going to be there. So I absolutely can't wait. I wish you nothing but the best, man. Good luck to you and your team. Stay healthy. And I will tell you what you said you want your legacy to be remembered at Blue Valley North. You got a fan in me, man. You had an outstanding career. Keep it going for 3 more games and bring a state title back to the EKL.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. CJ Duson, Blue Valley North. And there we go. Special shout out to CJ for joining us as they're preparing for Mill Valley. It was a great first game. I expect nothing different this game. I'm just going to wrap up the show with one thing I've really wanted to put an emphasis on since starting this show is, yes, I coach at Blue Valley West. Yes, I coach at PAC, but I don't want there to be any bias. I have not brought on a Blue Valley West guest yet. I've not brought on a PAC guest yet because of that. But I do want to take this time to give a shout out to my team at Blue Valley West, Coach Hens, Coach Neer, Coach Schulman, Coach Relford. We had a fantastic season this year, guys, 16-9. I want to give a special shout out to our 6 seniors, Brooks Bringman, Brady Brungart, Mo Darbo, Max Orr, Colton Weisguth, and Cade Weissong. What you guys have done for our program cannot be understated. You guys battled the entire year, and you made this as fun a season as I've ever got to be a part of at Blue Valley West. So I know I'm talking for the coaching staff, the parents, your friends. Thank you for an amazing, amazing season, and I can't wait to see what you guys do moving forward in your journeys.